You know. They are.
You can see why it's so well done. They put a lot of work into this for Halloween, so you can see why it's a big attraction. Be alright here at night, like. Obviously. So
But then also,
what I'm doing is I'm trying to tap into the past using the box. It's fucking safe, look at that. Fuck me. From there would have been stacks of money in that. Oh shit, fucking hell, you shipped me up then, lads, so sorry, fucking hell.
Legend has it there is a land where knights battle for honor, where dragons fly through the air, where you can experience your wildest dreams or your darkest nightmares. It's time to live the legend this weekend at Camelot.
To another video. This video, I'm actually Camelot, it's pissing down at the minute, so we're gonna have a look around Camelot and see what we can see as far as like what's left of the park. Really, I just noticed the sign as I came in. It said private property, so I'm gonna have a look around and see if it gets stopped. Like I say, it's pissing down at the minute. I hope this rain stops. So I'm gonna go around, hopefully tell you some of the story about Camelot. And if you know nothing about Camelot, it's an abandoned theme park, and every YouTuber's been here apart from me. So I'm going to come here and obviously try and tell a bit of the story, try and look at the previous history and show you some footage of basically what the park looked like. The park shut in, I think it was it 2013 or 2003? I'll have a look anyway, I'll tell you what the stats are saying. And we'll have a look around here. It's now obviously, it's used once a year for Halloween events. And obviously this is the entrance. I'll show you the entrance now actually. So you can see it's pissing down at the minute. I'll just show you this puddle, wherever it was. Oh look, you can see there. So we'll have a look around and see what we can find. I just thought I'd show you this. This was the old entrance to Camelot with the car parks and stuff. So the rain's pretty bad actually, so I'm going to have to try and hide in this bush for the time being. So you can only hide in a bush for so long. Well anyway, I'll tell you about Camelot theme park because it did stop raining in the end. Obviously Camelot closed in 2012. And obviously you can see what it's saying there. It's obviously because of the lack of visitor numbers, and it was saying the poor weather conditions, and it was one of the worst summers in 2012, I think it was. And then they said that obviously had an impact on visitors coming, and you can see there where it says poor weather, and then there were other factors as well, like competition, like Alton Towers, and obviously with it being open 29 years, you've got an ageing infrastructure, which obviously would have cost a lot of money to repair or stay on top of. So there's an article here from the BBC that states from the 4th of November 2012, it was officially on the news that Camelot had actually closed. And it goes into more detail about this article in a minute that I'm going to show you, that I'm just going to put on the next clip so you can read it. So there will be people out there that know more about the Camelot theme park than I do, but I've come here just to try and tell a story from the past. And obviously, if it's viable, I can come again, and try to do some more research on the origins of Camelot in the first place. And I think that dates back to the 10th century. So this article's dated the 4th of November 2012, and it's from the BBC. And this goes into more information why the park closed in the first place. There will be people that would have heard of Camelot that are quite younger, but never knew the real story behind it. So this is obviously some of the information that is here that you can just pause and read at your own will. So I'm hoping you've seen this, just as I was pointing my camera then. And this is a marker for the pirate Galilean, which should have ended up at Southport Pleasure Beach, but ended up at Camelot. And I'll show you the pirate Galilean, and we'll go on a little ride back in the past. And I know, obviously, this is where the pirate Galilean, because you'll see this in the video. So where I've just walked from, you can see in this video from this angle here that it's obviously a lot different then than it is now, and there's some bits missing. Obviously this ride isn't there now, but you can see where I've just walked down when the camera pans to the right, because the buildings there, I've just stood in front of the buildings to the right hand side, but this camera shot showing the back end of them buildings. So the wooden crates where that ride used to be, the pirate Galilean.
Arms and legs inside the train. Here we go.
So Camelot was designed really to, was it something to do with King Arthur? And they had this theme where they do nightly stuff. And I don't mean like nighttime stuff, I mean stuff for the nights. So it was like Knights of the Round Table kind of thing. They'd have jousting every dinner time. And I'm going to put something in this video of the origins of Camelot before the park was made, where it actually came from, where the shall I say, the name came from. So we'll dig into that and see what we can find before the actual park was made. But I've never done a park before, an abandoned theme park. I've never explored it, so I think the main point's up there. I'm going to go up there in a minute once the rain passes. I think it's just starting to stop now, so it's a bit eerie, not eerie, but it's a bit strange being here because this is my first time here. I never came here as a kid or anything, so it's just this place had a tail once and it doesn't have one anymore. So carry on. So Camelot has become a permanent fixture in modern interpretations of Arthurian legend, meaning King Arthur, really. So what it's more or less saying here is Camelot represents a castle, but actually I don't think the castle really existed. I think it was just a sketch that somebody made, and then obviously over time people would believe more in it. So it says, obviously, modern stories typically retain Camelot's lack of precise location, and that's more or less what we're saying there. So I guess what we're trying to get at here is Camelot in its original source was probably a fantasy at that time. So you can see here from this article that obviously Camelot in its origin really didn't exist. It was more or less fantasy, but there was other references to Camelot, and it wasn't just this so-called castle. But obviously, at present day, Camelot is more interpreted if you win your lottery ticket, because that's where you go to get your ticket, or to get paid, more or less. So the only reference we've got is King Arthur, really, from that era where they had something of a round table. I don't know if it was a proper castle or what, I'd have to look into it more, but I'd be going off topic if I was doing so. So, let's crack into the video anyway.
coming up to scored the goal. They are.
You can see why it's so well done. They put a lot of work into this for Halloween, so you can see why it's a big attraction. Be alright here at night, like. Obviously. So
And also,
what I'm doing is I'm trying to tap into the past using the box. It's fucking safe, look at that. Fuck me. From there would have been stacks of money in that. Tickets. I'm getting the tickets now. So that's the hotel up there, which is still open. You can still come in and stay if you want at the hotel. So they kept the hotel open. And obviously obviously it did have dwindling numbers. So Camelot at its peak went from 500,000, which is 500,000, down to 300,000, and that's a lot for a park. And then obviously it didn't become sustainable then. And that's why obviously it closed. Now, I could go into the history of some of the rides and more of the history of the owners really, but it's not a narrative I wanna go down. So I feel like I have to show you these aerial shots so you can have a good look at the park of what it used to look like, and some of the things that are obviously not in this video because they've been taken away. What this ride actually has been one of them, what I'm talking about really, where things have been removed, and then it's like filling the gaps in with the space with the video that I'm doing at the minute. This aerial shot though is a great shot to show you of what the park used to look like if you know, you were a younger generation and you know nothing about Camelot really, and the purpose that he had in the 90s really when it was at its peak. And I mean that because obviously it was on the Sutty and Co show as well, which was a massive TV show on ITV if I remember rightly. And you know, this goes to show why it was, because it was more or less a showcase of theme parks in the UK at that time, more or less, and it was the only theme park with like a King Arthur theme. I don't think there has been ever a theme park with some kind of theme of medieval stature really. So Camelot at the present day, there was planning permission that got rejected actually only a few weeks ago, and it was they wanted to build 300 houses on Greenbelt, and that obviously got rejected due to the lack of infrastructure, and I mean civilian infrastructure at that, because it'd be 650 people living in that area if you had like, you know, 2 or 3 per house. That's what it would equate to, and the planning permission got rejected because of the lack of infrastructure in and around this area. So Camelot theme park, well, this is what it'll stay as at the minute. There it is. So I just showed you this in a camera shot, which is a big open space, which I'm assuming something big had to be here, like a roller coaster. Now, I don't know if Nightmare was here or if it wasn't, but something big was here at some point because, like I say, just filling the space. There must have been a big ride here at some point because I can just tell with the open space and what I just showed you in that last camera shot there. Now, if this is Nightmare, then that's great, which I think that it was. But like I say, there'll be people that know more about where the rides were than me. But I'm only guessing that something big was here, and Nightmare was quite big. So I know that got taken away at some point, but I don't think as well that was always a Nightmare. But like I say, I'm not too sure, but something big must have been here at some point. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, or if I need to draw some kind of picture of something big must have been here at some point with something like this. Now I'm sure we'll see in this camera shot if we can see anything that resembles anything in the surrounding area, to see if we can make a match whether this roller coaster was actually in that open space. But again, I'm not too sure on that, but looking around it seemed to need a big space, if you get me. But again, hopefully someone can correct me in the comments or tell me if it was Nightmare that was there, or if it wasn't, then what was in that big space at some point. I'm just interested actually, because like I say, I don't know where the rides actually were, because they have to go off a reference like I did with the first ride in the first bit of the video. But I can't see the next part of the video is like two white towers that I'm going to show you in a minute, and I can't see it in this video, so this is what's making me think that something else was in that big space at that point. But like I say, I'm not too sure. So let's have a look in this footage actually. The more I look at this footage, the more that I don't think Nightmare was there. It looks like there's a building with a green roof on it actually that took up that space, which I don't actually know what that was at that time. And obviously I can't find anything in my research that tells me what that building actually is, but you can see how much space Nightmare took up. And the green roof is coming up in a minute as Nightmare turns to the right hand side, because they're the two white towers that we're going to go to in it. That building there, just passing on the left hand side of the ride, that's what I think took up that space. But I'm not 100%. I can only go off the footage that I'm looking at here. But looking at this footage, you can see the open space that Camelot had, and some of the rides that took up the space. And obviously this Nightmare was the main attraction for Camelot because it drew in a lot of people, because this is what they used to come for. And I bet the queues were absolutely massive to come on this. So I'll just let the ride finish actually, because no one likes getting off a ride early. And I just wanted to show you and show Nightmare and its past former glory actually, and obviously all the people that would have been attracted to come to this ride. And this, like I say, was, just looking at it here, looked pretty scary if you ask me, like, you know. So these, what was good about the 90s really, they had rides like this. I know there was a fire here once as well, and I don't think, though obviously there was a fire here, but on one of the rides. So I'm not talking too much in this video because I just want to try and capture what I can. Now I could assume this was the toilets at one time, just going off this here. It's usually toilet tackle that. Oh shit, fucking hell, you shipped me up then, lads, so sorry, fucking hell. Are you explorers? Are you, oh no way, you just come at the same time and that. That was mad as fuck, man, honestly. I was like, who the fuck's that?
Yeah, I got so scared.
Sorry man, that's not security, right? Sick, bro, so just you two, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, sick. Have you found anything good out?
Yeah, there's like tons of scare mazes and stuff.
Is there?
Yeah.
Where at?
Like, scare mazes, like, you don't just point it out.
Yeah, you can do, yeah.
It's out there.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like tons of stuff. How long have you been in for?
I've just arrived about 10 minutes ago, so that was fucking mad as fuck, because I came in, I thought, I don't think I'm alone here, and then I just seen one of you.
Yeah. That's like, there's a scare maze in there. Yeah, there's...
In there?
Yeah.
What, are you up there and take a left where the cars are?
In this, like, this like whole like bathroom here.
All right, yeah. I thought it was a bathroom and that. I've seen the little dentist seats that they've got. Is anything good down there?
Did we go down there? Oh yeah, it's just like little like.
So you lads local or what? Yeah. So in the area that we're at, I maybe think, again, I'm only assuming that they were jousting further on down due to the open space, but obviously I am guessing, I don't know that for sure, because I'd like to know where they did the jousting, because this was a dinner time thing where they'd have what you can see here really, which was a nightly theme, which is what I mentioned at the start, like a King Arthur theme. So you can see the audience off to the left there. A lot of people would come and watch these jousting battles where they go up and down, like try and knock each other off the horse, which I'm assuming what they're trying to do here. And this is some of the older footage from the 90s, I would have thought, where you can well, obviously he came off his arse, and that was me seeing it for the first time. I don't know if you're meant to do that or what, but again, I've not seen this footage, so I'm just reacting to it as I see it. So I'm sure it's obviously scripted, like, you know, but it looks like a good act, and I think there's a duel going on here where they have like a battle in front of the audience to try and give that theme up. I don't know what the other dude's doing there, picking up that sword, like, but but anyway, I thought I'd show you some of the old theme of Camelot, really, and what it was all about at one time. So what's down there?
Down there?
Yeah.
It's just cars. Yeah, it's just a couple
of cars and then there's the big
and then
fields.
there's like, yeah, some cars.
But if you go, there's a hill, like, right there. If you go down, there's like 6 buildings, like, all in a row, and they're all like old stairmates.
Yeah, go down if you want, yeah. Like, you guys seem to know a bit more than me. I was just coming here to explore.
Yeah, is this your first time?
Yeah, first time, yeah, so... Yeah. First ever time, really, because obviously I didn't come here as a kid or out, so... Yeah. And obviously I was reading on what was going on with the land, so... Yeah. I was like, well, I need to come here, and then... Because I'm from Rochdale, me.
Oh, yeah. Everything's just like rotting here. Yeah, we've been here for a couple hours.
Have you?
Yeah. No one's been chilling. The only time I've seen like someone ask me to get off was just like one time in the start of the day, but then I just came back and then just.
Who was it though? Anyone official?
No, I don't think. People like walking the dog, something like that. Well, down there.
All right, yeah, sick. Oh, good spot, lads. Good spot. Yeah. This will be on YouTube, this video, like, so before I leave I'll give you my channel and then you can see me coming here, if you get me. So when you were in there, you can see how I've come up and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Alright, you mean in here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's somewhere around there, and there's all these like clown rooms.
Oh yeah, I've seen that, yeah. I think that's just fucking, I'm sure that was back there, the clown rooms. Oh, it was in here actually, because I went in here.
Yeah, under this, it can go out on there or something.
You can go in there though, can't you?
Yeah, and it goes like, and then you get out of there. If you go in there, there's like, loads of like clown.
Oh yeah, fucking didn't see this. Oh yeah, because you can come through that door there.
Yeah, it's all everything that they see at home. Yeah, loads of people just like destroy it.
Yeah, you can see why.
Walls down and that.
So I'll tell you where I want to go next. Is where the I'll know it when I see it. Is where the nightmare was. Yeah. So that'll be down here, I would have thought. Yeah. So this is what I'm looking for, which I showed you earlier on in the video. But the reality is, this would have took a lot of space at the park. So in theory, it would have been all over. But I guess I'm after where you'd queue up. Where I don't actually know where it is, but I'm assuming, I think I know where it is. It was either where we're going to go in a minute, it's either where the jousting was, or where you queue up to get on the nightmare. But again, I don't actually know that for a fact, because more people would know more about this than I would, but I'm just guessing at this point. So I'm just going to fast forward this. So the food courts, I'm being told, were on the right hand side there as I just walked up. So I don't know much more after that, but you can see the open space here for, you know, it's kind of filling the gaps, if you get me. Like I said, there's obviously people know what goes in the gaps, but obviously I don't. But what I want to do is go back in here and have a good look in here. So obviously I'm pointing in there, and obviously the lads are telling me that this what they know basically about the park. But this is where I think they do the jousting, which was down here. But again, I don't know that for sure. But there's more open space down here for what would have assumed to be something quite big. But there's obviously, if there were a spectator stand, I'd be able to tell if they did it there or not, but I don't actually know that for a fact. And then I come across a pond here, which I can't find in the video, but this pond would make good reference for what I'm looking for and what area I'm actually in here. And this as well, I don't know what this is, this little white thing on its own in the middle of the field there, what we're just showing then. I'll pan round to it in a minute. It looks like some kind of ticket booth on the right hand side there, and there's toilets that we're going to go to in a minute, which is here, this building on the left, which I'm assuming is toilets here, this building here. So we'll just have a look inside, but there's no tiles or anything, but I'm assuming it's quite mazy actually. I don't think they look like toilets, but you never know. But yeah, I'd be quite interested in what that building actually is in here. So, and then you come out and more open space, which I'm really baffled on what took up this big area here. So the only thing I've got is a cobble path, which I'm sure has not changed, that I'm walking down now. But again, I'll have to look at some more footage to try and guess what was in this area, because it shows it's took up a lot of space in and around here. So, yeah, if you know what was in this space, hit me up in the comments, because I'm quite interested to know. And then it looks to be an old security shack down here, but again, I don't know that for a fact, because there's some kind of gate as well at the end of that walkway. So
someone's cut the wires to both of them, that's why they aren't working.
yeah,
We crossed there, stepped over that fence, and then we went round to that white thing there.
yeah, this shack here.
Yeah, this shack, we went inside, and there's nothing in it, all the windows are smashed, and it has a weird smell to it.
I don't know if this would have been part of Camelot's land at one point. I don't know if they would have done the jousting over there. I'm not sure actually.
Yeah, maybe it was like another exit.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah, like horses and that.
Yeah, once I look at the older footage, I'll be able to tell what was what. But there seems to be a perimeter fence here for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. Maybe just to try to keep people off, or you went to like theme parks.
This is my first one really, so.
Have you never been on a roller coaster?
Yeah, I've been on like Alton Towers and stuff. But have you been to Alton Towers?
Yeah.
Well, the mad thing is, this is what Alton Towers is going to look like in 7 years. Alton Towers is going to shut because they haven't got the. Again, it's the same. They're going to suffer the same fate because the numbers are down. So.
Yeah. Have you heard about that new theme park coming in?
Yeah. I was watching a video about that at the minute. They're doing all like the.
A massive Universal Studios theme park is going to be built in Britain. The resort is expected to pump £50 billion into the economy and bring as many as 28,000 jobs during construction and operation. The park will be situated just outside Bedford. Universal includes huge franchises such as Harry Potter. The park is set to be among the most advanced in Europe, promising immersive attractions, rides and roller coasters when it opens in 2031. The 476-acre entertainment resort complex will also have a 500-room hotel.
So it's surprising as it sounds, yeah. Alton Towers numbers are down. It's obviously quite public, and if that continues, this is what it'll look like. They'll have to obviously abandon ship, and this is more or less what Alton Towers could look like if they don't put things in place to try to bring more people in. But obviously there is another theme park opening as well, which I just showed a video of, and they'll have to compete with this new theme park, and I don't think that they're going to be able to.
This must have been like a play place and stuff.
So they had to sell stuff to make the payments.
Yeah.
Like the rides and stuff, and then I think they just went into liquidation in the end.
Yeah, it's kind of you just gotta be careful with the wall, because I think you can see it, like knocked down. Yeah, just got a bit. Not quite a lot wrong, but. Yeah, this is why you want to be careful. This is like the floor of it.
Is it?
There's like a big hole in the floor.
There's what, sorry?
There's still like holes in the floor.
That hole there?
Yeah, I think it's fine though, because I haven't looked at it before. Just gotta be careful where you put your feet.
Yeah.
The floor's a bit hard, it's really good for it. But this is probably just like play, like that. Solid play. I'm not sure though. Yeah, there's a scan egg in this part as well, it's down there.
Is there?
Yeah, you can see a bit there. You can like go inside of it, but most of it's like broken.
This would have been a play then, I would have thought, for kids.
Yeah,
Looking at this.
slightly. It's all like water dripping in all of it, so it's all on like mold and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, I can see what they've done.
Yeah.
Dead end, that.
I think that way you can go through.
This one, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We've not been this way, have we? No.
That's the hotel that you'd stay at?
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
This is where it would have been.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's part of Camelot or not, that building there.
Yeah.
But this is where it would have been. What's in there, do you know?
I think it's like a. Yeah, we've not been there.
Have you not?
No. I think it's all like flooded in there. I'm not sure though. It's like these floating water.
Cute, right? So this is Dragonflyer, and that track that I just showed you, that's what's left of this ride. Now this ride actually was the longest running ride, I believe, serving from 1987 till closure. Now, I don't know if that's accurate or not, but that's what I'm reading into at the minute, that this was Camelot's longest ride. Again, you know, there'll be people that know more than I do, but that's what I'm reading at the minute. So this is quite unique actually, to capture the last remaining track of the longest reigning ride. If that's true, then that's for me. I'm pretty pleased with that. You can tell with the track as well. You know, when you see it, when the camera pans to the track, you can tell it looks very similar. And I just want to leave more or less on the end of the video with this ride actually, because it deserves the camera time, because it was the longest reigning ride. So we'll just let the ride continue like I did with the others, so we can have a look at the park in a bit more detail. There's a water slide actually. I don't know where that was. Funny enough, I know there was older footage, yeah, when that where it just went past there, that little building thing. That used to be there. It's not there now. So I did see a YouTube video from about 8 years ago where that was still there, and there was more of the track there as well. So whether the track got sold, I'm not quite sure, but. You know, let's enjoy the ride for the longest reigning ride at Camelot one last time. So, you know, I've no idea where that water park were in the park where I'm looking, but like I said, there was lots of open space, so it's hard to figure out where everything was without a real visual reference, really. And
Maybe it came through it's all flooded.
how bad is it? There's a fucking duck there, no way. It's a bit boggy down there. So that's the end of the video, really. So I just thought I'd finish on these last shots, just exiting here, where it just goes to show that this was a spot once where 500,000 people once came at its peak, in its peak season, and then it dwindled down to obviously numbers that weren't sustainable. But in the end, we're left with rumours that this place might be reopening, but again, they're just rumours. So hopefully someone sooner or later along the line brings this place to life, because the planning permission for the houses got rejected. So who knows the fate of Camelot?